Okay, so let's say that we want to show the students a picture or some image, and you want to ask them questions about that picture and have them respond, and the responses will be automatically recorded. So there's a couple ways. Um, so the activity that we're going to want is model imitation because and we're going to leave the audio source as tutor because you're the tutor. You're going to be the one that they are going to listen to and respond to. So the activity is all set up. We're ready to go with that. So how do we give them a picture to look at? So there's a couple ways. We could launch a picture through the playlist. So this is helpful if you already have the picture in your playlist folder. So right now we're looking at Mary's folder, and she's got a picture here of, well, it's a ball. So it's a simple picture. So I'm just going to highlight it with a single left click. So I did not double click it. If I double click it in this area, it'll open the picture for my review. So I don't really want to open it. I just want to highlight it with um, a single left click on it. So now I'm going to go over here to this one where you see it says copy and launch the selected file. So I'm going to copy and launch that so it's out to the students. Okay, so then I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to go to my, and you could see out here on the student, it did open up the picture. So now I'm going to use my talk button and tell them, okay guys, listen, so you all see a picture on your screen. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to get your thoughts together on that picture, and then after 2 minutes I'm going to turn your recorders on, and I'm going to ask you some thoughts about that, and I want you to respond. Okay, um, so now you go over to your start button on the activity and you hit start, and you could say, okay guys, so looking at that picture, um, tell me the multiple colors that you see in that picture. And of course you wait for them to respond, and you say, okay, question number 2, tell me what scenario that object can be used in. And you wait for the response, and you go through a series of questions on whatever that is. And when you're all done, you hit end, and the collection box pops up, and you can collect it or not collect it. It's up to you. So for right now, I'm just not going to collect that. Okay, so and that was in our playlist, and you could see that this file here, the picture of the ball, it's launched to the A group. So I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to hit one of these red X's because that says close all launched files. So I'm going to do that. And this says allow students to save their work before closing. You could leave it checked or uncheck it. Remove a copy, yeah, do that. So I've closed the file. It's no longer open out there for them. And that is one method of doing it. So let's say you don't have a file. You just want to ask them questions about something that's on your screen. Okay, so again, the same activity, model imitation, tutor is selected. This time you want to be ready to have that picture to show them. So what we're going to do is use the screen sharing capability. So it's under screen control, and it's this one right here that says tutor screen to students. So as soon as I click that, 2 things are going to happen. The students are going to see my screen, and it's going to open up my microphone. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so right now the students see the screen, so I'm going to slide this over to my other window, or monitor I should say. And I have a picture open right here, so I'm going to bring that up. So the students, this is what the students see right now. They see my screen, and they see my cursor moving, and they hear my voice. I'm just going to slide this back over so you can see. So you see, they see my screen, and my talk button was turned on automatically. And now I could go and say, guys, I'm going to ask you some questions about this picture. So here we go. And then of course, they won't see this part because I'll move it out of the way. But for the sake of this video, I have it here. And I hit the start button, and my talk button remains on. You can see my talk button still on. They hear my voice, and I say, question number 1, what can you tell me about this picture? And let them respond. Question number 2, please tell me which countries you have visited. And you go through your series of questions and let them respond. Question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. And then when you hit end, the collection box pops up. It actually popped up over here, and you can collect the response. Let's say if I just hit collect, it's only going to collect their responses. It's not going to collect my questions. Under the advanced button, you see here it says collect the tracks. It's only going to collect by default the student track. But if I want to collect my questions, I put a check here, and now I can hit collect, and it'll collect both. If I collect it or not collect it, I could still replay it. And on the student side, the student will always hear both tracks, because locally both tracks are recorded out there, the question and answer. So if I hit replay, they're going to hear my question and their response. But if I collect, by default it's just going to collect their responses unless I go to that advanced button and put a check in the both tracks section. So I think that's it.